So guys, hope you guys have learned a plenty of things, okay, about different chatbots. Now in future there could be more chatbots, okay. People can launch more chatbots. It can be more advanced, so their AI model can be more advanced. But all these companies will, going to fight with each other to bring the best AI model for you, okay. So never ever think that I will only going to use Gemini, or let's say I will only use Cloudy, okay. So don't think like that. Any company can bring AI model which can be more faster, more advanced as compared to others anytime, okay. So there's no such, I can say, uh, particular reason to stick with any particular AI model, okay, or any particular brand or company. Now also there's one thing which I want to tell you is about, let's say, Google AI Studio. So you can just search for that, Google AI Studio. Just go over here to Google AI Studio, okay. So you can try Google AI Studio on, your Gemini, okay, directly straightforward, okay. Or you can even get the API key. Now when we go in the, concept of AI, so there are plenty of things to consider, okay. Now this course is not related to API, okay, but there are few technical concepts we have, like temperature, okay, model, okay, and token as well. Now what are the concept behind all these things? We will going to consider that. But when we, let's say, talk about Google AI Studio, so it is specially developed for the developers point of view. So if you're in the field of a developer, so this is where it can really help you out. Now first is the chat. Of course I will going to cover about these concepts as well. So in any AI tool you will always going to notice the word like token, temperature maybe, okay. So let's talk about it after some time. But when we talk about Google AI Studio, so we have few other things like stream. Now what generally happen is that uh, when, let's say, you are a developer, okay, and let's say you have any problem, maybe you're doing anything, so you can use, Gemini live, and you can share the screen to the AI, and whatever problem you are facing, you can just go ahead and uh, talk with the AI, and it will help you to find out the thing, okay. So I believe, let's try it out. Let's say if I go to the sheets. Now you can even talk it like we can normally do in the, let's say, chat GPT. You can use or connect your microphone and you can talk with that. You can use your webcam to talk with the AI, or you can simply share your screen. So for example, if I want to share the Chrome tab, I can do that, a particular window, or let's say I want to share my entire screen to the AI. Share it, allow, awesome. So now you can see the AI is able to listen me and it can also see my screen. Okay. Hey, can you help me for Google Sheets? I need help for the Google Sheet.
Okay, I can see your screen. What do you need help with?
I want you to help me with the Google Sheet. Can you tell me how I can create a new Google Sheet?
To create a new Google Sheet, click on the blank spreadsheet option. It's the one with the plus sign.
This one?
Yes, that one. Click on it to create a new spreadsheet.
Wow, thank you. Now how I can remove any column?
To remove a column, right-click on the column header you want to delete. For example, column B, and then select Delete Column.
Which option?
Right-click on the column header, which is B in this case, and then select Delete Column from the context menu.
This one?
Yes, exactly. Click on Delete Column to remove that column.
And this is how, my dear friends, Google Stream basically works, okay. It, whatever you want to do, you can do with that. So you can just share the screen with Google AI Studio, and it will help you with that. This is something, sort of a very powerful about the Google AI Studio. Then we have, the concept of generate media. So in case if you want to generate the images and all, so you can see their model. So Imagen is one. Let's go with this, and whatever you want to generate, you can generate that. Okay, so everything has been discussed. Just write the prompt whatever you want. Okay, and it will generate the image for you. Then we have the build. If you want to build some apps with the Gemini, you can just go ahead, just write what you want to build, and it will build that for you. Okay, so build apps using without a k, try an image generator that uses Imagen. Okay, like that. Let's say you want to generate let's say um tourist AI generator. Okay, so you can just write that uses their, I can say Imagen model, like that, and it will going to build the complete app for you. So these are the things, we have somehow discussed in the group as well. So if you might remember, in the group we have discussed that build the apps, okay, in your Cloudy and all. So these are the things we have discussed. So that is also something that is, possible with the, Google AI Studio. It's not totally for free for you, okay, but for now it's something, for free. But in case if you want to use its capability, you may need to pay them more, okay, after you will going to use it. Okay, so that is the something, and I believe that in coming time the technology will going to update. So this technology will become the cheaper. Okay, it will become more cheap and cheap. Okay, more affordable coming time. Currently these are the new technologies, so somehow it's expensive as compared to that right now. Okay, so here you can see tourist AI generator. People can put the location, they can write what they are doing, and it will going to do and generate the image for you. Okay, so this is how so powerful it is. And the best part is that you will going to get all your index files over here, which you can of course use it. And you can also download the app, you can even deploy to the Cloud Run, and so on. So that's the fantastic thing, and this is where your, build apps with Gemini becomes very much handy for you. And this is where you can see the history. But hope you guys have got the idea about Google AI Studio. Now you can also get your API key. You can create your new API key from here. Okay, let's say you want to use Google Gemini. So I told you that for Gemini, like I told you that for Google Gemini, if you want to use their API key. Okay, so currently Google provides the API key. So Google is currently connected their API key with their own application Gemini, okay, model, okay, on their application. Same you can use this Google API key, which you can see. You can just generate the API key, like here, click on create API key. It will going to create a new API key for you. Let's say for my first project, it will going to create or generate the API key for you guys. And this API key, looks something like this. Okay, and make sure that you do not share your API key. It's like a code you can see over here. And after you get the API key, you can use this API key in your applications. Okay, and you can build your, let's say, your own applications, okay, with the API, right? So that's where you can generate the API. And Google is using their own API, okay, for their application, but you can also use Google's API to maybe build your own application and all. But currently this is not a developer's course, so I will not go very in depth inside it, but this is where you can explore about your API key. And let's say I want to delete it. Okay, uh, I just for teaching purpose I taught you how you can create the API key. So this is how the things work. And for the developers, you have this dashboard where you can create API key, and you can see the complete documentation over here. And by the way, I do not go here very in depth here, but mark my words, Google Courses website, which is my website, is the website which is somehow very great. Okay, you can go to courses. Currently, you have only explored the free courses, but my dear friends, we have amazing paid courses, and they are very powerful, like prompt engineering with ChatGPT, and you will going to find plenty of other things like, let's say, API courses where we can teach you like build AI tools, okay, with the API, okay. And you will going to find plenty of other courses we have, like you can see turn WordPress into a SaaS business with ChatGPT and OpenAI API, okay. You can do API testing, and also believe me, if you go and access to our website, you will going to find tons of amazing and useful courses which will really going to help you out, okay. And uh, that is what I wanted to teach you guys over here, okay. Very something very cool and powerful, okay. But what I mean to say is that when you take the API, okay, so you can see with the Google's API, you can do plenty of things, okay. Like you want to get the Gemini API key, you can just generate it from here, okay. And it has also given you the API request code. Now if you're not developer, so sorry, but this is something you can anytime use it. I don't want to go very complicated over here, but Google has some models like text generation model, okay, and plenty of models, okay, like image generation. So if you want to use their image generation functionality, so you just have to take their API key one time, just generate the API key one time, and you can use all their image generation feature and all inside your own application. So something very powerful, okay. But the thing is that when we talk about API and all, okay, so it's not Google will not going to give you their API for free. If you will see, so Google will going to charge money to use their API, okay. So you can see pay as you go pricing they have. So they have this much of the thing like token and all. So we will going to cover about this concept, what is token and all, okay, which you can see over here. So this is the reason I cover about this, what is token and all. So at least you will going to get the basic understanding about what is the concept about all these things, okay. But this is all about Google AI Studio. Now we will going to cover a very important concept when we talk about the AI Studio, okay. So we are now going more in depth inside the AI. Now I believe that most of you guys don't want to go too technical, but I want you guys to understand the basics, so even if you go in the field of AI, you at least get the idea. Now whatever you have watched, you might have noticed that we have tried to make the things very much simple for you, like we have taught you everything in a very easy way. So now we have covered about companies like OpenAI, Google, X, Anthropic, DeepSeek, Alibaba. Now question arises is that how this company make money, okay, because all these are the companies and their main purpose is always to make money. So how these companies, how they make money. So guys, they make money with two methods. One is through the apps or the website. Now you all know that we have a group, and you can see this is their now group is basically a application of whom, it's X. Now how X will going to make money? It will go ahead and it will create their own apps and websites which people can use, and if they want to upgrade, so they can, and in this way X will going to make money. So the first method is that they will make money from their apps or website, not only with X, for each and every company. Like let's say if we talk about OpenAI, So here, let's say we have a chat gpt. Okay, so chat gpt is a only apps or website, a sort of an application. And who is the company who created ChatGPT? That is the OpenAI. Now, how OpenAI can make money is through providing them some sort of a powerful model and through their subscription like this. Same, let's say how application, or let's say Google, how it can make money again by charging to their apps or website. Like Gemini is one of their, you know, apps, or you can say website, from where they can make money. So they can charge people for the upgrade. Okay, and this is where from there they can make money. Things are very simple. Same with the Cloudy. Now, how Cloudy just the application? Who is the main company behind that? Anthropic. Okay, so how Cloudy can make money, or I can say how Anthropic will going to make money, is through when people will going to upgrade to their premium plan. Now, there are some models like DeepSeek, Owen. So these are the apps, or I can say website like DeepSeek and Owen. They are completely free to use. If you go to DeepSeek, they will not have any option to upgrade. If you go to Qwen, there's also no option to upgrade. But still, this DeepSeek, Alibaba type of a company, they even do not charging the money from their apps and website. Is totally free. They have uh, created for you. But what I mean to say, that some company, you know, charge from using their apps and website. Like, okay, we have all the examples here and we have covered each one of them. But there are also some companies like, let's say, DeepSeek, Alibaba, they do not charge money for using their apps and website. Okay, so how the companies make money is by charging through their apps or website. So if you want to use them, just upgrade it. Not all companies, charge to use their apps and website. Like, let's say, Cloudy, Grok, they charge you money to use their apps or website. But companies like DeepSeek, Qwen, they do not charge, so they have kept it free for you. So this is the first method. Now, second method is that how these companies charge money. Okay, so second way is through the API. Now here all the companies, whether it's a DeepSeek, okay, Alibaba, Anthropic, X, Google, OpenAI, all this company will going to charge you money to use their API. Okay, now I told you what is API. So these companies generate us the API key. So suppose if you go to OpenAI, okay, so just go to OpenAI here. Now if you just go to new tab and just search for OpenAI, go here to openai.com. Okay, log in yourself. You can see your API platform. Let's log in. Let's say you can continue with Google, whatever you want to. And after this, you can go to your dashboard, go to API keys, and you can just create a new API key from here. Let's say I create teaching API key, click on create a secret key, and you will see a new API key has been generated by OpenAI. So OpenAI helped you to create your API key. So OpenAI company is giving you their API key to use. Okay, so if you're a developer, you will understand this. But even if you're a non-technical person, just understand that all these companies will give you the option to generate their API key. And this API key you can use inside your applications. Okay, and by the way, let me tell you, when you generate the API key, so what you do is that you try to access AI models. Now, AI models can be of any company. So suppose you have created for the Open AI, so you can just generate all the GPT model, because you will see OpenAI has the GPT AI model. So if you want to access their GPT AI model, you can generate the API key from OpenAI. and you can use this API key to maybe build your own tools, websites or softwares, or you can use in any third party applications. Okay, then you will be directly be able to use their AI models. Okay, OpenAI AI model to your applications, websites, softwares, or wherever you want to. So this is how the company make money. Second method, okay, which is through API. Same Google I have taught you. Okay, and make sure that whenever you generate any API key, do not share them with anyone. So same, if you just go ahead to, let's say, Gemini API key, maybe directly go here and you can see here, you can just get it through Google AI Studio API key. You can see we have taught you, right? We have created that API key. Create API key. Now what happening is that you can select, let's say, your first project, create your API key. Awesome. Now what's happening? Google has also give you their API key. Now if you generate the API key from, let's say, Google, now Google has their, let's say, models like Gemini. Okay, so you might have seen, let's say, their models like they have Gemini model, 2.5 Pro model. Okay, or even if you go ahead and let's say if you upgrade it, so they will allow you to use their other models as well, like VO3 or all these particular whatever models they have, AI models they have. So let's say you want to use Google's AI model. Okay, inside your, maybe let's say, your tools, website, software. So what you can do is that you can directly go to Google. You can just generate the API key from here, like I taught you right now. Once you generate the API key, now you can use Google's API key, okay, directly straightforward to wherever you want to. Okay, and as I have told you that they will going to charge to use the API key. So you can see they are saying that you, if you want to use our API key, set up the billing one. Okay, so this is their, this is how the things work. Now let's say, similarly, let's say you want to use, maybe let's say, Grook API. So what you can do is that just search for grook.com. Okay, you can straightforward go or just search for Grook API. Okay, and go to their API, and this is where you can see their API. You can see access Grook 3 API key. Awesome. You can see it will going to give you the option to create your API key. You can simply go ahead, create your API key, and you can see Grook has also given you their API key, which you can copy and use it wherever you want to. Now Grook has their models like Grook 3, and I think that they have launched Grook 4 as well. Now if you want to use their AI models, so you can use their API key and you can use it inside your tools, website, or third parties, wherever you want to. But what concept I'm teaching you is that all these companies which you see, they provide their API key to use their model. So like X has Grook, their AI model. Okay, now if you want to use their AI model inside your own application, so maybe in third party application, so Grook's, so X company allow you to use their API key to access their AI model and use it inside your own applications, website, tools, or maybe in any third party application. This is how the system works, right? So hope you guys are getting the concept clear, like API access. But make sure that whenever you create the API key, always attach your credit card. Okay, like in the usage, you will see the option to buy the credit card, like X has the option to buy. Okay, so you can get the payment done and they will going to add the credits, and on that credit basis you can use their API key. Same with any applications, right? Now let's go with, let's say for example, let's say maybe DeepSeek. Now let's say you want to use DeepSeek. Now DeepSeek app is of course free to use, but they provide you their API key, okay, and they charge for that. So you can just go to DeepSeek, go to deepseek.com, here deepseek.com, and you can see they have their API platform. Just access it, okay, and you can see that you can just sign up with the Google and all, okay. And once you go here, you can see again, you can see DeepSeek is also allowing you to generate the API key. Now DeepSeek has their DeepSeek model like R1, whatever model you want to use. So DeepSeek said that okay, if you want to use our AI model, let's say DeepSeek R1, okay, any model, so we are providing you our API key, which you can use maybe in your tools, website, software, anywhere, or maybe on third-party application. We will going to generate the API key. So you can see I will just going to name it whatever I want. Let's say dummy. It will help me to generate the API key. See, I generated. I will copy this API key. Now DeepSeek has given me their API key to use their AI models, and now I can use this API key to my tools, websites, softwares anywhere I want. So when we talk about how these companies make money, so these companies make money to their apps and website. Now it's not necessary that all the big companies will going to charge you for using their apps or website. Like in our case, you can see OpenAI is charging, Google is charging, X is charging, Anthropic is charging. Meanwhile, DeepSeek and Alibaba has provided their apps or website for free. So it depends on the company. But what we have noticed now is that all the companies offer their API key, and all these company, you know, charge money to use their API key. So after you use it, so make sure that once you generate the API key, once you cross it, you will not be able to see this API key again. So you save it somewhere else, but make sure you do not share API key with anyone else, okay. And after this, make sure that you always set the billing one, because whenever you want to use API key of any brand, you need to put your credit card details, just put or pay to them, like how much you want to pay, and after that you can use their API key, okay. So that's how the concept of API works, okay. So this is the second way API, which is very popular, okay, which is another method for the big companies to make money, and all of them offer their API key, okay. So this is how you can generate the API key. So right now I'm deleting it, okay. So hope you guys have somehow understood the concept of, AI models and all. So this is something I'm not going to very, too much technical. But now you might be thinking, okay, we are now able to generate the API key of these big companies, but now how we can use it practically? So guys, this course is not the course which will going to uh, teach you about development. This course is for AI, for non-coders, non-big, non-coding people, non. Okay, so this course is for the people who are from non-tech background. Okay, so for them I'm teaching you this concept, but of course if you want to practically go in this concept, so you can just go to my website, search for prompt, okay, and you will see this course, become a prompt engineering. And once you click on this course, let's say, so if you scroll down, so you can say it's a complete 5 hours course, 40 lesson you will going to get. And here we have covered each and everything. Now you might be thinking that okay, it's a, you know prompt course. Wait, where it has gone.